In this video, we are going to learn how to make a conical bowl. And conical means having a cone shape. And you'll notice that this is kind of nicely sitting in my hands, and it's not actually cone shape. So the original form is cone shape using this template here. And then we bow it out to make it fit in our hand a little bit better. So the first thing you're going to do is use a slab of clay that you've rolled on the slab roller, and you want to use a rubber rib and compress the clay. So this does two functions. It gets rid of the canvas texture so you can put your own texture on, and it also um, compresses the clay so that it will become stronger. So it's a really important step. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to choose your texture. So I have little hand rollers like this. I have texture mats that you can use with a pony roller. And I have all different kinds of texture tools. I have a roller like this, and I have stamps as well. So here's just some letter stamps that people use. Lots of things that you can find to make texture. And you want to make your texture before you cut it out. So I'm going to use the waves, and you'll see that I just roll the texture all over my clay, and that way when I cut my template I don't have to worry about if there's texture in the right place or not because it's all over. So I'm going slow and using the pressure of my hands to get the texture all over. So now I'm going to take my template and I'm going to decide where I want it to go, and then I'm going to cut it out with a fettling knife, and I'm going to try to do my best cutting job, specifically towards the stencil side. So if I make a little mistake, that's okay, but try to do your best cutting. Then I'm going to remove the excess clay, but I'm going to save a large part of it for the bottom. So it's fun to have the texture on the bottom as well, on the outside of your cup. So I'm going to save this extra piece here for the bottom. So just kind of put it off to the side. So I'm showing you here how you want to have the texture on the outside, and you curve it around to make a cone shape. And I'm just kind of showing you how it might look once it's put together. So we're going to put it together, and we're going to use a bevel tool. So here's the bevel tool. It's double-sided, and you're going to use the long side. You want to line it up with the edge of your clay, your cut clay, and you want to put your thumb at the end. So when it ends right on your thumb, like that. And that way it won't tear the end. And then I'm going to flip it over so the bevel goes the opposite way so they can match. And again, my thumb is at the end there. Great. Then I'm going to slip and score, or score and slip and blend this together. It's really important that you are scoring pretty deeply so that you have a really nice seam that is well attached. So once the seam is put together, I am gently putting pressure on the inside so that I don't erase the texture on the outside. And I can use my popsicle stick to blend. I can use my fingers to blend, but I want that seam to be completely blended in for strength, but also for like visual aesthetics, making it look good, right? Craftsmanship. On the outside, you can just gently blend, and some of your texture will go away, and that's okay. I'm going to use the extra part of my clay, flip it over, and this is going to be for the bottom. So again, I'm going to use my rubber rib to compress the clay. And if it leaves tool marks like that, you can just wipe them away with your finger. Then I'm going to place my clay on top of the bottom part and just gently trace with my bamboo skewer, just gently trace underneath here. So kind of have to crouch down and figure out where it meets. I'm not cutting at this point, I'm just tracing. You can see when I take the clay off where I need to cut, and I'm just going to cut that circle out, and it's perfect size to my cone. Then you want to slip and score, or score and slip and blend around this so that it can attach to the bottom. Again, notice how much I'm scoring, really getting a good roughed up texture. Once I have all the slip on there, I'm going to place my circle on top of it, and you'll notice I'm working on the piece upside down. It helps make sure I get it the right spot. And then I'm going to go around the edge first with a finger and just on the top, and I'm going to press just like this right here. Press, 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 press to really get a good adhesion. And then I can clean up all the extra slip. I can blend it with my finger, or I can blend it with the popsicle stick. On the inside, I want to make a coil, a small coil, and blend it in so that it's really smooth on the inside. If you're eating something out of a bowl, you really want the inside to be smooth so that no little particles will kind of collect in any little crevices and have it be hard to clean. So once I place the coil down in there, I'm using my popsicle stick to both blend up, and then you'll see me blend down. So I was blending up there, but I want to blend both up and down, and I want to use my hand on the back here to support the bowl so that it doesn't stretch out yet. We will stretch it out in a minute or two, but not yet. Right now is blending, and then after I blend, I will smooth with my finger. So you can see at this point it really is a cone or a conical bowl, and I want to make it rounded. See this rounded part right here? So it just fits right in your hand, perfect for ice cream or cereal. So I'm going to put my hand in that kind of sweeping motion to stretch out the clay. So I use my fingers, one or two, and I'm just going to go around the entire bowl gently, little by little, and blending or bowing outward the bowl. I'm also kind of smoothing the inside as well because I have a lot of tool marks still at the bottom. But I don't want you to do this very fast. I want you to do this really slow. So when you're stretching your clay to bow it out, just do it little by little. Go around a couple of times with this motion with your finger to get it in the right shape. And on the seam, pay special attention. You might have to kind of repair or re-blend to attach. And then I'm going back and doing another bowing. This time I'm kind of sweeping upwards, really making sure that my outside hand is supporting it so it doesn't stretch out too much. You can also use a rib on this step to do a little bit of the stretching out and bowing, and this rounded curve here is really nice for that. Just again, keep the outside hand on there for support. The next step is to smooth the inside of the bowl with your fingers so that there are no rough areas. It's completely smooth. So I have a little area that's kind of really thin, and so I'm just going to make a little band-aid or a little patch, and I'm going to score both the bowl and the little band-aid. and then use some slip to put it on and really attach it and secure it. And then blend it in and blend it out. The really last step of the construction is considering the edge, and you'll notice I'm taking a finger and I'm rounding both the outside edge and the inside edge. Again, anything that you're using with food, you want it to be nice and smooth on the edges so your utensils or your food or your lips don't, or your hands don't catch on it. So when clay gets fired, any right angle, like a 90-degree angle, will be sharp. So I'm just rounding down those 90-degree angles and making them nice and rounded. So there we go. Now it is rounded and not in a cone shape. And I'm going to put my initials on the bottom. You guys are going to put your period number. If you are in my class, I always put the year because I'm doing this year after year. And then you're going to bisque fire it. And then you're going to glaze it the glaze of your choice. So I hope you like this project, and I hope that you enjoy making your bowl nice and rounded, and you get to eat some yogurt or ice cream or whatever you want to put in it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.